Hey guys, we are back for a toy haul video. This is kind of an extra video because it's in between two reviews, but I had to get this stuff up and out into the world before I start doing new reviews because I actually have a lot of stuff right now for the first time in at least a couple weeks. So it's a very MOTU heavy toy haul. I'm sure you can imagine why, especially if you check out the thumbnail. But we're going to talk about all the other stuff that's not MOTU, and then we'll get into the big stuff, I guess. So I got a few things. I found this recently. This is the first new Star Wars Vintage collection figure that I found in store. This is the Death Trooper. Nothing too crazy because it's a repack, but I was excited to find this. A buddy of mine has the Han Solo and Enfys Nest for me as well, so I'll be getting those soon. Finally got this big guy, the Walgreens exclusive Thing Marvel Legends figure, just in time for the next exclusive to already start hitting because Magic is being found in stores, which is just crazy. The distribution on these is getting pretty ridiculous these days. But he is humongous. I don't know, he could be Legend of the Year if he moves around as well as he looks, because this is a strikingly good action figure. He looks just absolutely amazing. He looks like he jumped right out of the comics. He's got to be the best of the Fantastic Four. I can't see how that's going to be up for debate, really. And then I found something that is kind of odd because I mean, you guys, if you watch the videos, you know that I do buy this line, but I had thought that some of these were going to kind of be out of reach because I don't have a specific store that's relatively close to me or one that I want to actually go out of my way to hunt at. And supposedly, the Five Below discount chain stores was getting the final 3 figures for the Grossery Gang Time Wars. And I had seen pictures, but there's not one really close. There are a couple in town, but they're not exactly close, and my time to hunt is few and far between at times, just with work and the kid and whatever. So I figured, okay, I'll find them somehow, but I found them at Target, and it turns out that they're not Five Below exclusive, they're sort of exclusive. So these guys have the guns and the little exclusive groceries, the squishy dudes. The ones at Five Below don't. So I paid normal Target price, which is like $7, but I mean, it's $2 more just to not have to hunt at Five Below. So that's really weird. So we've got Trash Head. He's like a luchador, which is pretty cool. This is the one I really wanted the most. Spewy Lou. He's a toilet. He's a toilet. So we've got him. He's got a toilet gun, and then he's got a little toilet guy. And then this one I wasn't really too concerned about because mostly I like the food ones and the really gross ones. He's just kind of a thing. So we've got Grotty Graffiti. So he's a spray paint can. He's kind of cool. He's like a breakdancer is what he looks like. But what's interesting about these is, like, until I had seen people posting about these particular figures, I didn't even recognize the fact that these existed because the packages for the previous figures, while they say collect all 12, it just never dawned on me that I didn't have 12. I only had 9 because the cross-sell on the other figures don't show these guys. Only these packages have the cross-sell with all 12 of them. So it's kind of weird. I'm not sure what's going on distribution-wise. These things are feast or famine, it seems, depending on who you are and where you live. So I got really lucky. I walked into Target. They just put out a fresh case, and they had them all. So moving on to Masters of the Universe stuff. This is not a toy, but I owe somebody a shout-out just for being gracious enough to send me some cool stuff along. And it's Masters of the Universe, so I'm obviously a big fan. And one of them in particular has absolutely blown me away. So if you follow me on Instagram, you know, I post a lot of toys, but I also post a lot of enamel pins because for some reason I decided I needed to collect those things. And I've shown a few of them on the channel in other toy hauls when I've gotten them new and had remembered to show them. But I got these in the mail, and these are just some of the coolest pins I've ever seen. One of them is not Masters of the Universe. It's a Star Wars one. These are made by Mike Dye. I'll post a link to his Instagram and any other resource I can show for him in the description if you want to check him out. I'll post some better pictures of these as well. So this one's a Boba Fett. Not sure if this is going to focus very well. And then we've got a Skeletor. They're all in kind of similar style. Trapjaw. And we've got Cobra Khan. But the one that I'm just blown away by is my favorite MOTU character, Stinkor. And it's not just the fact that he looks cool and it's a funny design and it's just an amazing pin, but he smells. You know, let me get that in there. Did you smell it? He smells like patchouli oil. This is just the coolest thing I've ever seen. When I opened the envelope, I just got hit by this stench, and I, for some reason, just assumed I was imagining it because it's Stinkor, and I immediately think of this smell. but no, he does smell, and it's incredibly strong. My wife doesn't care for this, so I had to get it out of common areas. It's now in the toy room because, I mean, come on. How could you not love this smell? This is the smell of my childhood from a nostalgic standpoint. So those are really cool, and I will put links down below. If you're interested in pins, check him out because he has a ton of cool stuff. And yeah, fantastic work. Okay, so the big thing. We got a big box. And there's some good and some bad with this. So I ordered a full set. I mean, you know what this is. This is the Super 7 wave of Classics and Club Grayskull figures. So wave 2 for them. I ordered a full set, and for some reason when I ordered these, I thought that I was going to need 2 sorceresses. I thought that I was going to display both heads. Chances are I was probably never actually going to do that. And I got 9 figures, but one of them is wrong. I got a Manny faces instead of a second sorceress. So I have 2 Mannies and 1 sorceress, which it's not a huge thing. I'll see what Super 7 can do. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so that's not a big deal. I'm not going to worry about that for now. I'm just happy to finally have these because, you know, I ordered these figures in October of 2017. And, you know, they've been delayed and delayed and delayed. And for the most part, I do think I'm pretty happy with them, at least as a cursory glance, because obviously I've not done reviews yet. I'm itching to tear into these. But before we look at that, there was this little guy, and you know, if you follow this kind of stuff, you've either already gotten one of these or you know what's in here. So it says, attention, special delivery from Eternia, open immediately, and there is a special little O. It's an I. I wonder what that could mean. So there's a little note in here, and there's a little item. And it's a note from Super 7. I'm sure you can't read that. It doesn't matter. And inside is this little baggie with a head. It is a Triclops head because, you know, if you buy the line, if you dig these toys, you probably have Triclops, and you might have heard of the great Triclops issue of 2018 where his head did not rotate. And supposedly it wasn't everybody that had this problem, but I don't know. I mean, I had the problem, and everybody that I saw with the figure had the problem. But I fixed mine, so this head is kind of useless to me. But it does rotate. It rotates just as well as the one that I fixed, so it's not a huge thing. I'm glad they did this, and they just sent it to everybody that ordered these. I guess they assumed if you ordered those, you were going to order these, or if you ordered these, you also ordered those. So maybe no easy way for them to go back and comb through every single order just to make sure. So I can appreciate the thought on that. I think it's pretty cool. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this. If anybody needs a Triclops head out there, let me know. I suppose. I don't know what I could do with 2 of them. But we do have figures to look at real quick. I'm not going to really go into great detail because I'm going to do full reviews on all of these. I'm going to do reviews on everything you've seen, well, except the pins, because they're just cool. Go buy them. So we've got 4 Classics figures and we've got 4 Filmation figures. And like I said, from the outset, I think they all look pretty good. I'm curious to see in person, in hand, what the Sorceress looks like. She doesn't look as terrible as people have been crying about. I'll tell you that. She doesn't look horrifying. She definitely does not look prototype accurate, though. That's definitely going to be a point of contention. I don't think anybody's going to debate that. I still don't know why. I'm not a toy maker. I'm not an engineer in that regard. I don't know what has to happen to fix those problems, and I'm not going to offer any solutions. It just doesn't look like the prototype. But let's look at them real quick. So we've got Dial-A-Mug in a Classics figure, and these figures, and what I didn't realize until I'd started seeing pictures recently, these actually say 10th anniversary on the Grayskull bricks, and then on the boxes, on the mailer boxes. I've already taken them out, obviously. Just you don't want to see 8 brown boxes, I'm sure. You'll see them when I do the review. So we've got the cross sell with all the figures. We've got bios on the back, some great new artwork, and then yeah, the mailer boxes for the Classics figures all say 10th anniversary 2008 to 2018. It's so wild to think that this line has been going for 10 years, and I still find people that have absolutely no idea that this is even a thing, that these exist, and that this is easily one of the biggest and best toy lines of the modern toy era. Fight me on that one, please, because there is just no competition when it comes to these figures. They may not all be perfect, but this is one of the longest running, most in-depth lines I have ever seen, so that's for a different video. We've got Karg. Of course, this is not movie Karg. This is comic Karg. But I'm happy to have him. He looks potential to be the best of the bunch, just at a first glance. Dial-A-Mug is a favorite character of mine. I just love, it's a goofy character. But this figure looks amazing. He is in a very weird squatty pose in this package, though. So, yeah, I don't know who I'm going to review first. Probably going to be the Sorceress, honestly. Granita. This is a heavy, heavy figure. She's got a ton of stuff crammed into this bubble. She looks really good. She looks, you know, very Filmation-y, as does Dial-A-Mug, which I'm okay with. I don't mind. And then Rat Trap. I almost regret not getting more than one of these because, you know, he's technically the Horde Mummy. You could always have more than one. You don't have to think of him as a unique character, but he looks pretty wild. I'm very, very excited about this guy. And then on the Filmation side, we have got Tongue Lasher, and he looks pretty good. And I'm not seeing any. I'm looking at them. I'm checking them first glance. They don't look bad. I've got one that has something that I'll be talking about. We have got the Sorceress, and she doesn't look terrible. I'm not gonna cry over this figure. I don't think. I mean, I'm gonna have some gripes, I'm sure. I still think the Kuduk Ungol head is kind of odd. It's not all that different. And that was kind of why I wanted two. I was gonna have one head displayed, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. And then we've got Mer-Man. This is a figure that I have a slight issue with. His left eye is kind of jacked up. His pupils are like just little pencil dots, and his left pupil is slightly janky, like he's kind of freaking out or something. It doesn't look bad, and from even a foot away, you can't notice it. You've got to be like right up on it. He's got this corncob sword. Looks absolutely amazing. It looks so janky and weird. It looks perfect. Great artwork on the back. And then the one I have two of, inadvertently, Manny Faces. So we had a review of him today, because I'm going to put this video up the same day as his review. So we've got 8 figures, which is backer artwork. So we had 8 figures, and then we've got the Star Wars figure with a few more coming. I've got the Black Series Moloch coming as well. A buddy of mine found that. We got Thing, we've got some Grossery Gang, and again, we've got these amazing little pins. That's just so good. I'm not sure which one I'm going to go with first. It's probably going to be the Sorceress because she is the hot button figure. They're either going to start tomorrow or they're going to start, what's today? Wednesday. So they're either going to start tomorrow, Thursday, or they're going to start Friday. I was going back to do classics reviews of figures that I haven't done that are getting Filmation figures. So I did Sorceress, and then I did whoever, Tongue Lasher, and then Manny Faces is up today. As of this video, the 26th, and Mer-Man was scheduled to go tomorrow because I wasn't really sure when these were coming because my tracking just didn't update until they finally were delivered. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I may just go ahead and I don't know. You'll see. You'll see them when they go up, but expect them to be up very, very, very soon. So yep, that's it, guys. We got a bunch of stuff to do. I have got a lot of figures to unbox and start reviewing. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you bought any of this stuff. Let me know in particular if you have found these figures, if you collect them. Let me know if you've seen those anywhere. I'm curious because no one seems to have found them at Target and posted it online except for me. Even Pixel Dan was surprised. What do you know? So let me know and expect reviews very soon, and I will catch you later.